Hey guys, and welcome to the FPL Tips YouTube channel for the Gameweek 13 deadline stream. Before I start, could you just please let me know if my video audio is working fine, and if we are good to go. Hi Pranaya, is my audio fine? Okay, great. Thank you, Snake. Hi Melon. Yeah, so we can get started. This is how my team looks for this week. I have Ariola on goal. Chimikaz is currently starting. Anshuman should be coming soon. He's probably going to be there in five to 10 minutes. So I'll take it up alone until then. But once he comes, we can do this together. Whom to replace? Share, you mean, or Bowen with? I think Bowen, if you have held him for this long, you should probably hold him. You should probably continue to hold him because there was news yesterday where even Moyes said in his conference that he's hopeful that he'll be available for the Burnley game, and that doesn't reveal too many things because we've had a mix of different. We've had a mix of different news coming around about Bowen all week, but I think he should be not out for too long. That's what I think Moyes has said, and also the assistant manager Kevin Nolan had stated yesterday. So I think if you have kept Bowen till now, please hold him for this week. Just if you have Archer or Taylor or whoever on the bench can just come on if in case he misses out. But I think he probably should be ready next week. And again, if he's out, we can reassess next week as well. And this is not a week where we have excellent fixtures that there needs to be someone who should be bought for. Will White and Cash start? Cash, I think, should be starting. There's no big news about him. White, I'll just check and let you know about that. By He-Chan, I don't think by him this week. Who does he have this week? If you look at the fixtures, Wolves play Fulham. Yeah, I mean he's not a bad buy, and Wolves have decent fixtures coming up. So and his stats has actually gotten better. So yeah, why could be fine. But I'd say if you have one free transfer, I'd recommend to roll it this week because there's no obvious move this week. Malang Sar, oh, the midfielder. Okay, yeah. I think you probably should I think sell him. I don't know, and replace him with if you have the cash, you can go all the way to Palmer, then go to Palmer. If not, you can just replace him with someone who's a bench fodder and just keep him there. Is Wood nailed? I think we should probably get the most minutes out of all the strikers, and we can just wait and watch who starts for Nottingham Forest this week, and maybe the next couple of weeks before jumping in. And I think he'll still be a very good enabler and better than Archer if Wood is nailed. Best 4.5 defender other than Saliba. If he is fit, I think James is probably a decent defender other than Saliba. And then if you go a little cheaper, you have your Zinchenko, you have uh, Gabriel, and you also have Colwell. Will Zinchenko and Trossard start? Zinchenko, I think I'm expecting him to start. Trossard, again, I think he should start because I don't see them throwing Jesus all the way in, and Trossard has been in good form. So I'd expect both to start, and I'd say not bench or not bench or sell them if you have them. Hello Somesh. I'm just reading your team out. Johnston, Anderson, Gabriel, Van Bissaka, Gordon, Douglas Lewis, Salah, Son, Watkins, Visa, Haaland. Recommendation. I'd like to know who you have. How many for transfers you have. I don't think Van Bissaka would probably start most of these games. Shaw is now back, so Shaw will probably be starting games on left back. He's probably a sell. And also Douglas Lewis. I don't like him as an option. And Visa, I think his fixtures change, so you can keep hold of Visa. And captaincy, I'd probably keep it between Haaland and Son, and Salah is also a decent option. And you'd not go too wrong if you captain your options this week, because I don't think there's a very very good definite shout for any captain this week. Play to Cash, White, and Udogi. I'd probably play White and then Cash. Uh, I mean, I think Udogi should also start, and I am starting Udogi over an Aston Villa defender in my team. But I think Cash has that attacking threat, especially away from home, and he could start as a right winger. Solanke in instead of Alvarez. I don't hate the move, but if because Solanke I think probably does good in the coming weeks, so I probably recommend it. Zinchenko a good option, or Gabriel for this week. I think Gabriel slightly better than Zinchenko, but Zinchenko is also a good option. Mitoma replacement, who should I go for? I think Mitoma replacement top is Mbumo, and then Farmer, and then I'd say Kudus. These are the top three options. Is Son a must buy this week? I don't think he's a must buy, and he's also not a must sell. You should probably hold him if you have him, and he's not a must buy this week. You can wait and assess, because last week Spurs didn't look so great, and there are some questions thrown around. You can wait and watch and then assess if Son is a must buy. Start to bench one. Cash, Simicast, Taylor. I'd probably bench Taylor. I'll start Cash and Simicast. Planning to do Gordon and Martinelli to Eze and Mbumo over the next over 2 game weeks. Only one free run left. Which one to sell first to get Eze? I'd say sell Gordon first to get Eze. Will Mbumo okay? Yeah, you can get Mbumo for Martinelli next week. Play Cash or Mikolenko. I'd play Cash. Please help. I'm stuck for the last 3 weeks. Can't make a choice to move with zero in the bank. I have White, Cash, Lamptey, Kabore, Trippier. I'd probably downgrade White to maybe a Gabriel if you want to free in the cash. Salah, Saka, Yamulik, Anderson, Son, Watkins, Pedro, Haaland. Yeah, so I'd probably downgrade White and then upgrade in the midfield, maybe Yamulik to a Palmer, or Anderson to a Palmer in the midfield. Start Cash or Colville. I'd say start I'd probably start Colville over Cash, even though Cash has the explosive potential. But I think it's close. It's probably a toss of the coin. Start double Palace defense or one Palace defense, one West Ham defense. West Ham have Burnley, so I'd probably look at starting one Palace, or even I think that's again a very very close shout, and it's not an obvious answer. But I don't think you can go wrong with either. So Anshuman is here. I just add him to the stage. Hi Anshuman, how's it going?
Hello everyone. Sorry for being absent for a long time, but it's good to be back.
Yeah, I think there are quite a few questions that need to be taken, so maybe you can just
Yep,
go
yep.
one by
Let's
one.
let's just start. Let's just get into it. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I can see Poro
yeah,
versus Cash, and I can see Hold Bowen. So I don't know if you've answered Poro versus Cash, but I think Poro is better. He's been doing a lot of creative stuff, so that's what I like about him.
yeah, and I'd also, yeah, that's one thing. He's probably on set pieces with Madison out, and he probably becomes a like primary creator for them without Madison, and along with a few others. But yeah, I'd say Poro over Cash. Hold Bowen, yeah, I'd say hold Bowen for this week, because we have news that Bowen is kind of available. He's not a obvious news that he will start, but there's some news, positive news around Bowen, which is the last news which we've got from David Moyes.
I think
Nunez,
Moyes is sort of bluffing. I don't think he'll start. So
yeah.
even like
Even
I was reading
I
up,
don't see it as an obvious thing, but yeah,
but
it's
it's not
just
a
been
sell.
news.
So if he starts, he'll punish you. So might as well just hold for another week.
Just
It
hold
will
him.
get auto subbed if you have a deeper bench. That's okay.
Yeah, you have, especially if you have an Archer or even a Taylor in the bench, I think
Yeah.
probably just
Uh, okay, we just Nunes versus Alvarez. I think Nunes he's starting, which is really crucial. I think he will be pivotal to scoring goals for Liverpool
do
tonight.
we
So
have
I
team
think Nunes.
news? If you have any team
Yeah,
news,
Nunes
please
starts.
just
Yeah, Nunes starts. Nunes is starting.
yeah.
I'll be checking team news continuously, but confirmation on Nunes.
Yeah, if Nunes starts, I'd probably keep Nunes, because probably get Nunes, because next week he has Fulham, then Sheffield United, and Crystal Palace. He's probably going to miss out of one of those games, but he's still a good option to have for these weeks if you want to get one out of these two.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a couple of team questions. Let me. Kaizen has sent his team. He sent Onana, Trippier, Odogi, White, Sun, Eze, Bowen, Foden, Palmer, Watkins, Haaland, Turner, Pedro, Cash, and Kabure. That's sort. I don't see. That's sort of a pretty Cheap. Okay, there's Sun.
It's an
Okay, I thought
obvious.
there's no Sun. Yeah, I thought it was cheap midfield with no
Son is
Sun
there.
and no Salah.
There's no
Yeah,
Salah in that team.
and then there's Trippier.
Trippier
That's
is
fine.
good. I think White is a lot of money in him, but I'd say I'm not
Fair
sell
enough. I would
anyone. I
play. I
probably
would
will
still play.
transfer.
I would play Pedro over Udogi. I think that's still pretty much. He's hogging the XG.
But
Udogi, if he
three
starts, he'll
defenders,
get the
right?
X. Yeah, he'll get like
It's
an odd.
Pedro. It's João Pedro, I think.
Oh, okay. If it's Joao Pedro, then it's fine. Yeah, I thought it's
Yeah, yeah,
Pedro Poro. Fair enough. Yeah, there's five defenders. Fair. Yeah, correct. I think there's no free transfer that needs to be addressed right now in that team. You can just sit.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Onana maybe. I think
Increase
there's.
the
I'm
audio.
not sure
Okay,
on
one
his.
second.
Is there an echo?
Is the audio fine now? I hear Debayan say is the audio unable to hear properly.
Okay, okay. Is my audio correct? I'm not sure.
I can hear you fine, and I mean, just can you guys just uh, let us know about the audio?
Yeah, mine should be fine. I think I can see it on my screen. I can test
Yeah,
it.
audio is fine. I think it might be you, Debayan. Could you just check if you can get it louder? Remove Bowen for -4, or else we'll have to play Baldock against Bournemouth. I don't think you should take a hit for Bowen. I'd
Baldock is
probably just
fine.
keep him, and especially if it's a -4, I think he could backfire even more if Bowen starts. And Baldock is not a bad option to keep in your like to get him starting. Yeah, he has a home fixture against Bournemouth, and I mean, even though I don't expect a clean sheet, I don't think he's a bad option to have for this week.
There's this question he asked previously as well. One, there's if Haaland will start. I think he'll start. We'll have news most likely if he's starting or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Very likely he starts, and I don't think there is a doubt on it. Saka captaincy. I don't think Saka is a good captain. Brentford are very defensive against the top sides. They sit back, sit deep. I think Saka will have to hold the width even more this game than the usual ones. I think it will be back
Mm,
five,
yeah, I
and
mean they look for control in these away games and more so than other games. And from the pattern this season, you see Arteta fielding Saka very wide, and I think probably if an Arsenal player is the best option for this week, I'd say it's Trossard if he does go up and start. But again, with Jesus back, I think uh, there's a lot of minutes risk over there.
yeah, and it's also Brentford tactically do deploy 2 versus 1 on
Yeah.
Saka, so don't think it's a good captaincy shot. Best defender and for this gaming under 5.1. Actually, I was sort of looking on defenders just right now for my team as well. There are two names that pop up. One is Saliba. He's nailed on for minutes, good fixture, so I like
But
him.
he's
Genuinely a good
quite
option.
expensive, 5.2, 5.3.
And
He's asking up to
there's
5.1.
Zinchenko. I think he's 5.3. There's Zinchenko in the same price range, but there's sort of some minutes risk around him. You can think about that. And I don't, if those not to those, I would downgrade it to Mitchell. I think it's very plain simple. He's good fixtures on the next three and pretty decent. I think I wouldn't really think about it a lot.
Yeah, but the fixtures do turn bad quickly for Crystal Palace. In the next two, I think I can pull out the fixtures for Crystal Palace. Um,
They have the next three are good. Beyond that, it's sort of a
yeah, yeah.
rotation you'll have to play around him. Yeah.
But like then he'll be a dead player on your bench who's not you're not going to start for these fixtures.
Mhm.
So coming to Mitchell, there's Luton, West Ham, Bournemouth where you can
He's
play him,
got
and
two
then
bad
there's
games. Yeah.
Liverpool, City, Brighton, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Brentford, Arsenal where you probably not play him very confidently. In like I think probably you play him for the home games against Brighton and Brentford, but I don't see you starting like a lot of these games.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
so I think
in that price range, yeah, I think these are the only good options I look at.
mm,
I can't really think of any other option that really stands out. No, actually not. There's no other option that I can really think of that pops in my head right now.
I think Gabriel is of the obvious option again with the Arsenal
Yeah,
defense,
yeah.
and
But again,
the
he's huge
Chelsea
minutes risk.
Chelsea defense is also not uh, a bad shout over here because of the fixtures which come from game week 16 onwards, and for a while. So I'm also personally looking at maybe a Colwell or a James who are like two opposite uh, two opposite poles, but one gives assures you minutes and the other has an explosiveness. So they are some people who you can bring the transfer a little advance and just keep them playing. Uh, but yeah, there's no obvious defensive move this week.
Yeah, fair.
West Ham
I
defenders,
agree.
I don't think West Ham are a good defense. I don't see them keeping a clean sheet even against Burnley, because they are actually bottom five for expected goals conceded throughout the season, and they just look quite open at the back, and they're not the solid West Ham we are generally used to seeing under Moyes
And they don't
defensively.
have like any upside as well. None of the defenders have any upside. So
Yeah,
it's sort of a
yeah.
very middling pick. Yeah.
A
You
couple
might
of
as well
seasons
pick a
back,
player
you
who has
had
an upside.
Cresswell who was taking a lot of free kicks and set pieces, but you don't see that anymore. Sufal had a few assists lined up earlier, but they were from very very low expected assists, and yeah, it's pretty dried out of late. I don't I wouldn't go for a West Ham defender.
How about West Ham defense done? Should I bench Pope because I have Trippier in the in the team as too? Pope for who? It depends. If you're benching for someone like an Ariola, I think it's fine. I think
Yeah,
it's a good bench. Yeah, switch out. Which one is better? Bowen to Saka or Cash to Saliba as a minus four after selling Watkins to Solanke? Oof. If I had to, I would do Cash to Saliba, but a minus four is unnecessary this week, and a
yeah.
defensive minus four
I don't
really
think I'll take
really
a
doesn't
minus four.
result in anything. Yeah, go ahead, go
Let's
ahead.
go to the later questions. Captaincy this week. I think
Pretty
it's
much set on Haaland. I think. Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
Sun
I'm
is the
currently on
second
Sun.
option.
I'm currently on Sun, but yeah, I think Haaland is of the obvious option. I'm waiting for team news as well, and probably shifting it to Haaland. But I do see there is being merit in Sun, and the one thing I like about the Tottenham side and Sun is he's not going to change the style of football he's going to play, and they're playing at home against the High Line. So that just makes Son a very good option, and he's going to just accumulate everything now that Madison is not there. And I'm not worried about the chances being created for Son. They will probably get
So
like around 1.5 to 2 xg this game.
I agree with the highline and the chances, but there was I was actually even looking at Sun to captain, but there was an interesting stat that I read that for in terms of trapping the opposition for offside, Aston Villa top five in the European in all of Europe, which says
Yeah,
something
that's
about how
definitely there.
good they
Yeah,
are.
that's
Yeah,
that's
how good
quite
their
that's
defensive
quite
line is.
impressive. I've also come across that stat, but I still expect Son to time his runs in a way that
Yeah,
he has the
it.
experience of doing that the best way. Like if there's someone they need to really be worried about the offside trap, it's probably Son.
I think he could score, but again, it's too much of a risk. Again, who will play the pass is sort of a question. Too many ifs and buts around it. Maybe not sure to captain him. Should I go for Saliba? Have Gabriel already worried about Buemo wiping out the clean sheet? Yeah, that's fair. Long term, although both of them is a good for the next 3-4 game weeks, I think it's a pretty set
Yeah, they
double
have
up.
Wolves, Luton in the next two, and after that they have Aston Villa, Brighton, and Liverpool, where you probably might not expect clean sheets, but for the next three, I don't think they're bad.
Yep. Go ahead. Uh, Cash or Gabriel? I think Gabriel. Will White start? White was sort of flagged. I think I'm not sure of his injury update.
Yeah,
He should
that's
be
something
okay
we.
though. I think he's still. No, it's a
He missed
muscle
out
injury.
last week,
Can't
right?
say. Yeah, yeah.
He missed out last week, like, but that was before the international break. Bench
Gordon to Eze
Livramento
or
again.
roll
I
the.
probably bench Livramento this week out of Livramento and Gay because the tougher fixture Gay as Luton. Um, Gordon to Eze or roll. Eze has three good games, and then
We lost a bit of.
in game week 3 I'll do Eze to Palmer. I just say do it to Palmer 3 weeks ahead. I don't see the need in that extra transfer, but I don't like. I'd also like if you feel that there's merit in Eze, you can still go ahead with that. What do you think?
I think the 3 weeks has its merit. There's not a lot of transfers you want to make ahead of it. There's some shuffling, but it can always
Yeah,
be adjusted
it
going
depends
ahead.
on the rest of your team.
What
So if
if?
you have your
Yeah,
players in Salah, Son, Mbumo set, and you have your Haaland and Watkins up top, then you can maybe do the extra transfer over there.
yeah.
Play
I think
Cash or
it's a decent
Simicas.
move.
I start Cash over Simicas this week. I
Yeah,
just I just have Dean. That's the worry I have. I'm not sure if Dean has more attacking impetus than Simicast, and maybe we have early team news about Simicast as well. So in my personal team, I have a couple of question marks whether I play Dean or Simicast, whether I captain Son or Haaland. I think they go down to the wire. Uh, yeah,
Fair enough. I agree with the point. Cash over semi-cash. Saka for differential. Again, we discussed Saka for a differential. I wouldn't recommend Saka for a captaincy. Even does nor does Akhilesh. I don't think we don't think it's a good captain shout.
yeah. I don't think it's a good
Arshad,
captaincy
yeah.
option.
Arshad with the team says Areola, Turner, Kabure, Trippier, Cash, Gueye, Simicas, Foden, Bowen, Diaby, Son, Fernandez, Nunes, Alvarez, Haaland. Should I save the transfer this game week?
Yes,
Given your team, yes, you should. I think it's a decent team.
I think it's
Maybe a
fine. I think
downgrade
you
from
don't
either
have
Foden
options.
or Alvarez.
Yeah,
I
for
wouldn't really
most
go triple up City. Maybe Foden.
no, for most people, I'd recommend them to just rolling your free transfer, especially if you have just one free transfer over there, and because of a few reasons. One is this week you look at the fixtures. There's no obvious player who you'd want from this week onwards. Next week you can say there are a few. There's Mbumo, there's Palmer, and etc. But uh, and the other thing is next week if you have two transfers you can navigate the 3 game weeks which are coming in the space of one week. So I think that's something that you can do in next week.
I think fair. Um, I sort of have a different thought process, maybe, but I would like ideally I would recommend a sell of Fernandez, maybe Foden. I would really hold and even go early, maybe use the transfers. But
But
fair.
who would you bring in for
Obi has sent his
Fernandez? I
team. He's
think
taking a man.
Fernandez
This game week,
For like for Mbumo, I don't think it's an obvious transfer this week.
yeah,
Fernandez
this
has
game
ever
week it doesn't seem obvious. Yeah, yeah, this game week nothing seems obvious to be honest in that team.
yeah.
I agree. Alvarez to Solanke could be an option. That's the only one I can think of.
I'm
Okay.
personally not too keen on that transfer.
Obi has sent for a -8 with Trippier, Gordon, and Cash and Madison out. I think Madison is fine. Gordon/Cash is fine. So you can stick around with those three. You can do as a probably Guehi and Mbomo. I wouldn't recommend Trippier out. I think good fixtures are coming in for him again. Don't go there.
Maybe it's
Don't
for the
want.
money. It's for freeing the money in the team.
But
If
with
you have enough,
Madison, with I think
yeah,
it's
with
to afford
Madison
Saka,
out,
and you can avoid Saka.
yeah, you can avoid Saka. I think Trippier Saka is more or less similar at the moment. I don't see plenty upside over there, but with Saka it could change. It could change. But I don't
Yeah,
think this is the week where you can take a -4 to bring in Saka. I don't think it's a. I wouldn't recommend it as well.
yeah, I agree. Should I start Cash if you have him?
And
Start him and
yeah, I mean,
wait.
going back to Obi's team,
Yeah,
I'd also say don't take a -4 this week for Embumo. Maybe hold it for next week. Just remove Madison and maybe Cash, or Madison and yeah, Madison and Cash for Saliba and
oh,
Eze
fair
or
enough.
something.
Yeah, I agree. That's also a fair move. Mitoma to Embo this week. It's fine. I think Mitoma to Eze is also decent. Again, it's sort of where you want your team to be. Although Embo earlier a game week is not at all an issue. I think it's a good long term move. Have this guy has Gordon and Bowen on the squad and one free transfer. Should I bring in Embuemo or Palmer or hold? I think hold. Both are good to start. Gordon to Eneze is a good sideways switch, I think, but otherwise you can hold. I'm selling Cash and Udogi for Saliba. 4.3 remains. Should I go for Maguire or Livramento? I think Livramento long term is much better. I'm not sure if I lost Achilles' voice, but is removing Mitoma necessary this game week? Yeah, it's not necessary, but it's pretty much if you can, he's very likely unlikely to start, so you can make a move.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was ruled out, right,
Eh,
by Deserby in the press conference.
no, yeah. He Deserby did said that he'll not play him despite him being fit. So it
Yeah,
makes
so
sense to remove
he's
him and
also
get a playing player.
red flag. He has a knock expected back, so he's flagged red
Yeah.
in FPL by FPL now. And you also look the fixtures uh, forward in game week 14, 15, 16. That's within a week. Playing Chelsea, Brentford, Burnley. I'd expect him to be benched for one. Then after that, there's Arsenal away, Crystal Palace away, Spurs home. I don't see obvious fixtures where you could keep Mitoma over an Mbumo for that time. So even with Embumo's blank in 18, I still think keeping him is like far more viable.
Hmm. Yeah. Agree.
Best
Uh,
long-term replacement
Again,
for Joao Pedro. I already have Watkins and Alvarez, and also Salah. So I think Solanke is probably the one you should go for
yeah,
if you were looking for, and if you have the funds. He's probably the obvious option, and he's also the best option this week.
yeah.
Start
And if not,
Lascelles or
Wood
Cash.
can go there. Yeah.
If you're already starting Trippier, I'd say start Cash over Lascelles, and also Cash has the attacking output.
There's Captain Sun or Eze. I would Captain Sun. There's a best cash replacement. I think the Arsenal defenders, and then I think stick with the Arsenal defenders for now. I don't think it's probably the right game week to buy a defender. If you can stick with cash, because if you look at game week 15, 16, there is a lot of swings. I think I was discussing with a friend. I think me and Varun just discussed. There's a lot of fixture swings that happen in 15, 16, and that is probably when you want to make changes to your defense and then sit with it. So I think if you can hold cash for a couple of game weeks and like just deal with the 2 pointers, I think that should be better. It's more better than to waste two transfers to get in a player then remove him. Again, Son or Haaland is very tough for captaincy. I think I'm pretty unsure about it too. But I think I see Liverpool versus City being a high scoring game and Haaland being involved in it.
I see Haaland being involved in it. I don't see it being high scoring though,
As
because
a Liverpool fan,
you
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 say that?
had you had a 4-all. I'd see Pep having a much more. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I'd want it to be more open, more high scoring. That's when you can trouble City. But pragmatically
Yeah.
thinking, I think it's gonna be it's good. Like Pep would want far more control, which is also the reason I think it's like maybe it's just my opinion. I think Grealish should probably start over Doku for this game
No,
because
there's
of the
there's
control that
Doku. There's apparently news of Doku starting. There's rumors of
Doku
Doku
start.
starting.
Okay,
Yeah, there's
then
rumors of
I mean,
Doku starting. Yeah.
yeah, I mean Doku's explosive, but it opens up the game far more. Then I probably maybe start Captain Haaland also ahead of Sun. But I think it's very close. I just have that feeling about Sun this week.
Yeah, fair, fair. Okay, there's a lot of questions coming up. Let's just quickly start taking it and not
Yes.
like start with short answers. Should I keep Simikas? Probably. There's no reason to remove him
Good
right
to
now.
hold.
He could
Good
be
to
your
hold.
like
No
fourth,
reason
fifth
to sell.
defender. Yeah. Uh, I need to free up funds to get Buemo for Mitoma. That's why I'm looking to sell. If that's the case, then I think as a go cheaper. I don't think Buemo. A lot of people are very strong on him. I'm not that much. You can probably hold it another game week and then play your bench with Mitoma sitting out there. In that case, you probably want to use your bench. I think yeah, that's fair enough. No news on Bowen. I think is it viable to go without any Arsenal attackers for the next 5-6 game weeks? I'm selling Martinelli for Buemo next week. Let's see how they play against Brentford. That's sort of the fixtures they have coming up. Wolves, Brentford,
For what we've
sort of
seen
low
from
defenses.
Burnley and Sheffield United, I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I'm not convinced either. So fair enough. If they don't do good again, you don't see any signs. You should sell it, especially Martinelli. He's very wide. No news on
Yeah,
Bowen. There's
I'm
yeah.
looking
Sorry,
to do
sorry.
Martinelli to Mbumo next week. So that's where I
There's
am.
there's and also I want to say because there's a lot of questions around Sun. Might want to get Trippier. There's a lot of permutation combination you can make with a free trans with two free transfers next game week. So probably
Yeah,
that is why I'm
exactly.
also inclined to save. There's start Gordon or Diaby. Also, is Simicast to Bowen and Bowen starting. I don't know about Bowen. Simicast should start, and I would start Diaby against Highlands. Diaby is better.
Yeah, I think he's one of the players I'm actually looking forward to and expecting a few points from this week, because there's gonna be a great potential of maybe even a haul from TRP if the game is quite open and each team gets to score at least 2 goals.
Yeah. Team news. There's Doku expected. I think there is Darwin who's starting. The rest, I think there is about 15 minutes to go. Let's wait and see how much
Yeah,
we
I
can
think we
get
should
through.
get some news.
Yeah. There is, I think I missed your answer. It's okay. What's the sentence? Team say Ariola, Livramento, Cash, Simicash. That's his back four. Mitoma, Sala, Saka, Bowen, and Kitia, Watkins, Haaland. Palmer, Udogi, and Kabure. One free transfer. I think Mitoma downgrade has to be your one free transfer. And I would put Udogi over Livramento. That's one change I would do. That's about it, I think.
Oh,
Mitoma to Buemo a week earlier. That's fair enough. But yeah, maybe Eze because he has enough depth. That's sort of a middling guy. Or Enketia to Solanke. That could be a priority move as well.
the
Can he
revised
afford
predicted
Enketia?
lineup. The revised predicted
Yeah,
lineup from Luke in Twitter, who just gets lineup quite often for City, is Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Ake, Akanji, Rodri, Foden, Alvarez, Bernardo Silva, Doku, and Haaland up top. Just what thought I
so yeah,
should mention.
it's Doku. Yeah, fair enough. Bench two out of João Pedro, Palmer, Foden, Cash, White, Urugi, and Bowen. I think João Pedro and Palmer. That's two. That's the two I would bench. Yeah. Who would you bench out of these five?
Cash, Simicas, which one? I'm not.
No, João Pedro, Palmer, Foden, Cash, White, Udogi, and Bowen. Bench two.
João Pedro and
It seems
Udogi.
Palmer, but not
Udogi.
sure again. Yeah. Okay. A defender, fair enough. There's this team, there's Turner, Ariola, Gabriel, Cash, Mitchell, Lascelles, Poro. That's a back five. That's a good back five. No changes required. Saka, Salah, Diaby, Douglas Lewis, Son, Haaland, Alvarez, Archer. Point 0.5 in the bank. One free transfers. I think Eze, you can afford Eze, right? At Douglas Lewis
Douglas
is
Lewis to
5.
Aziz should be possible.
Yeah. Then that's the move I would
Just
recommend.
look
Exactly.
at it. If not, I mean, I'll reluctantly keep Douglas Lewis for another week in role,
Yeah.
so that next week we can look at upgrades.
I'm just checking if Douglas Lewis to
Or maybe
the guy
even
we
an
want to.
Alvarez to Solanke is not bad in your case.
No, and Alvarez to Solanke. Yeah, it's possible. It's a downgrade. Fair enough, actually.
What
Next
about
team is.
Mitoma to Sterling?
No, I wouldn't recommend Sterling to anybody. I, I wouldn't.
I
Wait for
Mitoma
Nkunku to
replacement.
get back.
I just get Embumo and just keep him. I think for me, Mitoma's top three replacements are Embumo, Palmer, and Kudus.
For me, it's Palmer as in Mbumo. Not in particular order, but just these three.
For this. Yeah, Eze is also there,
There's
definitely.
yeah. Next team: Ariola, Gabriel, Guehi, Trippier, Gordon. That's back three. Gordon, Son, Bowen, Salah, Diaby, midfield five. Haaland and Alvarez. And there's Archer, Cash, two free transfers this week. Who do you remove free transfer? I would remove Alvarez to downgrade to Solanke. I think it's worth it. I'm not sure it you require the other. The other move is Gordon to Eze. Since you have a lot of free space, a good deeper bench, make the move. I don't see any reason why you should not.
Yeah. Start two of Cash, Simicas, Taylor. I think it's a recurring question. I'd start Cash definitely, and one of Simicas or Taylor. I'm leaning towards starting
I would
Simicas.
start. Yeah, and I would just take a chance on. No, actually, just
I
start
think
Simicast. He's got
he's
some
just
sort of
more
set
attacking.
pieces. Yeah,
He takes set pieces, and that's just the
yeah,
reasoning.
it's just
I
set
don't
pieces.
expect any of them to keep clean sheets.
I just have a middling feeling if Bowen doesn't play, I think Burnley just get a 1-0 out of that game. That's the only reason I
Let's say, I
consider.
don't
Otherwise, not.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm not sure.
Play Udogi or Cash. I think I prefer Udogi. He's much more involved attacking right now. Cash doesn't just has seems to lost the run in the games. He's just too. He's not there in the box. I don't see the stats as well.
I prefer cash though. I mean I don't know, but like these are games where if Bailey doesn't start, cash plays right wing.
Uh, I don't know. Can't be sure. So I wouldn't recommend.
Can't be sure, definitely.
Captain Watkins, Son, Salah, or Haaland. I think Haaland is first for us. Second is Son. Third Watkins and then Salah. No, sorry. Third Salah then Watkins.
Yeah, I'd say the same. And Sun and Haaland is quite close. I'm currently on Sun. Anshuman is
Yeah, it's
currently on
pretty
Haaland.
close.
So yeah, which is
I,
good
I've
though.
switched it at least twice during this entire live stream between Sun and Haaland. I'm not sure. I want to go Sun because of the differential factor. I think it's Haaland might be very restricted due to Virgil van Dijk and how Liverpool might set up. But again,
It's
I
also
just
the
don't
nickel,
know.
right? Is he 100% there to just like fully attack Liverpool the way he does? I'm not too sure. That there are a few factors, and this is a week where you could go for a fixture where you could like where there's potential. I think if you'd say who has the higher ceiling, I'd say Son out of the two.
No, this is exactly where I differ because I'm not sure. Sun, even against Wolves, they were not that great, and it was not because how great Wolves were, but how poor Tottenham were. That's the factor that's what worries
But
me to
City
go
were
there.
also not good at Wolves away. Away at Wolves is not straightforward fixture.
No, I agree, but like we expect volume of chances from Tottenham, not just chances. With City, you expect like big chances, but which were
Good
not
point.
there. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I
that's a good
expect
point.
volume of chances. Moving on, let's take the next question. There's Edison. I think he'll start. There's no doubt. If that's your news, he's starting. Mitoma and Gordon to Mbeumo and Palmer. Fair enough. I wouldn't really double up on Buemo and Palmer. Maybe Buemo and Eze right now and Palmer later on. I think that's a better sort of a rewarding situation right now.
Mboma Eze, I'd say Eze this week and Saliba over Gehi.
Yeah. Next
Alvarez,
question.
Solanke, Bowen, Salah, Watkins, Gordon. Pick one to bench. Uh,
Gordon.
Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, Gordon, hands down. Again, I just checked fairly to just put this out for you and a lot of people who want to go Sun. City versus Wolves, City had volume of chances. That's what again worries me about Sun. He does not have the volume of chances last game. Despite however good they were, City did not have big chances, but they had fair enough of shots outside the box at least. Doesn't really dictate anything, but something to monitor at least.
Yeah.
-5 to sell cash, -5 to sell Solanke, or just save the runs. Save. News on Cash,
Yes, I
Bowen, Haaland starting. I missed the start of the stream. There's no news on Bowen, Cash, or Haaland. I think Haaland is starting. That's what I have. But yeah, that's it.
Haaland should start. And there was also like posts by Haaland on Twitter where he was pumped up for tomorrow's sort of thing. So
Oh
I
yeah, I
would
have
guess
confirmation
Haaland.
Haaland starts. I have confirmation Haaland starts.
Okay, great. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I've been searching around for that. So yeah, he starts. Moving on, we have like 5 minutes. I think I was still contemplating captaincy. I'm pretty sure right now. I'm not captaining Sun. I still feel it's probably a more Watkins sort of a game. If you want to stick with the differential with my gut feeling, you can go ahead. I'm not doing it most likely because I just feel it's not worth the risk. But I don't feel it for Sun. I feel Tottenham will not be that good. I think Villa will put up a better performance.
Hmm. Yeah, even I see Villa doing really well, which is again. I mean, I'm really all over the place with my team right now. I don't know whom to bench out of Udogi, Simicas, Cash. Sorry, Dean and Taylor. If I had Cash, I would start him, and it's just. I think the
There's
most nailed defender in my team right now is Lascelles. So that's just like it's quite funny for this week. But I'm not too bothered about this week.
I'm checking something if I could get more news. Maybe we can just pick up last for 4 minutes. Just quickly. quickly do more
Yeah,
quick
I
Q
can
and A.
just pick up the
As much
best.
questions as
Ariola
possible. One
second
word.
to
Yeah,
start.
yeah, yeah.
I'd start Ariola this week. Best replacements for cash this week. If you have two free transfers, sell cash. If not, don't. But best replacements, I'd say, is the Arsenal defender Gabriel Zinchenko, or if you have the price for Saliba. And then I'd probably say the Crystal Palace defender, which is Gay. And then yeah, maybe if a Chelsea defender for the future also. Um, Alvarez, Solanke, Bowen, Salah, Watkins, Gordon. Yeah, we said bench Gordon out of the two. Whom to bench among Lascelles, Cash, Gabriel? I'd bench Lascelles. Bowen news. We don't have Bowen news like for the game, but from what we know, he could start or he might miss out altogether.
Completely. Yeah.
Uh,
Most
yeah, Douglas Lewis to Palmer, one free transfer. I'd do it. Uh,
again. Sorry. I
Still
think
hold Chukwemeka. Should I sell him and Bowen for Palmer and Mbumo? You can do it if you have the free transfer. I wouldn't take a hit, and maybe you can roll the transfer if you have a good field 11 to field and do it next week. But yeah, I think it's a viable transfer to make, especially if Bowen is out. Um, Start two out of Enkitia, Cash, Udogi. I don't think Enkitia starts, so I'd start Cash and Udogi. Captain Bowen, no, I wouldn't do it. Foden starts. Yes, we are expecting Foden to start. Uh, Haaland, Saka, Salah, who to captain? I'd
I
say
think
Haaland.
Haaland. Okay.
Transfer
Fair enough. I'll take
Alvarez.
the last 2 minutes. I'll just scroll through the questions too quick. Okay, we have. Let me. Okay, my chat is going bizarre right now. Wait, let me open something where I can see. Foden starts. I expect him to captain Bowen. No. Saka, Haaland, Salah. We've already answered. Archer or Taylor? Archer. I think. Alvarez, Solanke, Bowen, Salah, Watkins, Gordon. Pick one to bench Gordon. Playing cash first bench should be Lascelles or Gabriel or Archer. I think Archer. Foden or Nkiti. I think Foden. Jesus is back, so he could start. My team. I will read out my team. My team is cash. I'm playing cash in defense. I'm playing Gabriel, Udogi, Ariola in goalkeeper. Son, Bowen, Salah, Palmer over Archer. Martinelli, Haaland captain, and Watkins vice captain. Team
Yeah,
news is
I'm
that
just
Haaland starts. There's
benching
no news other
Simicas
news
for
as of now.
Taylor
There's
in my team. I don't know.
you're going for the gut feel.
Maybe
That's
not, but
interesting.
I just have
Playing
a
cash
feeling that
versus first bench.
there's a chance Simicas doesn't start today, so I'm just going for Taylor.
We have more news. Just a second. Sorry to cut you out. Alvarez is not in the 11. For people who have Alvarez, make the move. I think go for Solanke right now. Do it. He's not in the 11. Doku starts. Haaland starts. It's sort of more prominent to put out Haaland in the box. Do it. I think makes a huge difference. Although in terms of City's creation, what do you think without Alvarez? We have 30 seconds.
I'm doing the transfer first, but I think I'll keep Son as my captain.
I think it could work out. It is very tough without. Would you captain as a over Sun? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, guys.
No, no, no.
Last 10 seconds. I'm not interested in captaining Sun. Again, I think it's not the perfect game week. Watkins, I don't see form, so there's no logic to that. Sticking with Haaland, Salah could perform again versus City away from home. I wouldn't do it. 10 seconds.
Oh,
But Alvarez to Solanke, please make the move. Alvarez to Solanke is probably the move you want to make. Last 10 seconds, I think. Yep.
oof.
And that is deadline. It was pretty close. Pretty
Yeah, it was
close. I
very
think
close, very
we
very close. Thanks to you for the news.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think we did discuss a lot of Alvarez out earlier as well, but pretty much confirmed right now. Yeah, I did go with the same. I think I stuck with Haaland.
Solanke
I
was
did
not
not
at all
switch.
in my plans this week. I
Yeah,
was
you
quite
had
happy.
Alvarez.
Like, yeah, I removed him just now because of the news. If not for the news, I wouldn't have removed Alvarez. I would have just kept him. I kept hold of him. It's probably because of
Oh,
the
perfect.
fatigue. But yeah,
No, no,
Solanke was not
perfect.
at all. But
Then
I mean,
fair enough.
I thought he'd probably be a good option.
Yeah,
But
it could be. Yeah,
my moves, my eyes were set for elsewhere for this week. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That's how we play FPL. Welcome to my team, Dominic
yeah.
Solanke.
Could
Let's
have
see
been
how it goes.
Ferguson, but again, in hindsight, you can't say.
No.
Yeah,
I think
I
Solanke
agree.
90 minutes through the congestion is a far better option than Ferguson. Okay.
Okay, I think it was a very decent sort of a stream. I think a lot of people must have enjoyed the last minute news that came out. Please hit the like button before you guys leave. I think that's pretty much important for us to keep going and keep pushing our content again and again. We keep saying this.
Yeah,
Please,
we
please
should
hit
do
the
that
like
in
button.
the next few weeks, especially with a lot of crunch fixtures coming up.
Yeah, there's gonna be more live
Okay.
streams because I am about to end with my semester exams, so I'll be free. You'll see more
Yes,
of my
definitely.
face. Yes.
Yeah.
But that is only if you
Okay.
like the stream. Yes, Alvarez is benched. Uh, Fair enough if you benched
You
Alvarez. I
mentioned
think Gabriel second Archer. You should have played Archer over Alvarez if that was the case, I think. Yeah, a lot of chaos. I think we'll end the stream. Even Akhilesh has some work. And yep, we'll see you guys in. I'm not sure if there's a podcast this week. I think we will. But another video for sure. And next game week's deadline stream. That's there. But again, do hit the like button. That's pretty much essential for us to continue doing it. We'll see you guys next game week. Thank you.
yeah.
I think
Thank
Akhilesh
you
will come
guys.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, we will come back with more content soon with a lot of pictures coming up. So yeah, thank you. Hit the like and subscribe,
Thank you.
and let's see you soon.
Bye, guys. Cheers.
Bye.